Hi friends, it's Mrs. Skorda here and Wilfred the Walrus. He's going to join me for my story reading today, and so is Miss Ladybug. She's hiding back in the tent. I thought it would be fun to read from here today because it's a nice cozy spot. I hope that you have somewhere cozy that you can read at home. I'm hoping this video works. My phone has rang 3 times in the middle of it and the school bell has gone twice, so I've had to keep restarting. So hopefully, fingers crossed, this time's the charm because I've got a great story. It was so fun for me to see so many of your families yesterday and today during package pickup. I hope that you're all doing really well and that the things in the packages help you with your learning online. It's been really great for me to get to visit your virtual classrooms this week and see the things that you're posting and that you're learning about and your comments. I'll keep doing that next week. I want you to know that I miss all of you and I'm thinking of you, and I can't wait for when we get to come back to the building all together. So I have a great story for us today. It's one of our newer ones, so I think some of you won't have had a chance to read it yet, and it's called Stuck. So without further ado, let's hear the adventures of Floyd. It all began when Floyd got his kite stuck in a tree. He tried pulling and swinging it, but it wouldn't come unstuck. The trouble really began when he threw his favorite shoe to knock the kite loose, and that got stuck too. He threw up his other shoe to knock down his favorite shoe, and unbelievably that got stuck too. In order to knock down his other shoe, Floyd fetched Mitch. Mitch is not going to be happy. Cats get stuck in trees all the time, but this was getting ridiculous. Floyd fetched a ladder. He was going to sort this out once and for all. What do you think Floyd's going to do with that ladder? What would you do with that ladder? And he threw it up. I'm sure you can guess what happened. The ladder was borrowed from a neighbor and would definitely need to be replaced before anybody noticed. And in order to do so, Floyd flung a bucket of paint at it. And wouldn't you know, the bucket of paint got stuck too. Then Floyd tried a duck to knock down the bucket of paint, a chair to knock down the duck, his friend's bicycle to knock down the chair, the kitchen sink to knock down his friend's bicycle, their front door to knock down the kitchen sink, the family car to knock down their front door, the milkman to knock down the family car, an orangutan to knock down the milkman, who surely had somewhere else to be. That's a lot of things inside the tree. A small boat to knock down the orangutan, a big boat to knock down the small boat, a rhinoceros to knock down the big boat, a long-distance lorry to knock down the rhinoceros, the house across the street to knock down the long-distance lorry. Oh my goodness. A lighthouse to knock down the house no longer across the street, a curious whale who was in the wrong place at the wrong time to knock down the lighthouse. And they all got stuck. Look how much stuff's in this tree now. A fire engine was passing and heard all the commotion. The firemen stopped to see if they could help at all. Guess what happens to them? And up they went. First the fire engine, followed by the firemen, one by one. And there they stayed, stuck between the orangutan and one of the boats. Firemen would definitely be noticed missing, and Floyd knew he'd be in big trouble. Then he had an idea, and he went to find a saw. What do you think he's going to do with that saw? He lined it up as best he could, and he hurled it at the tree. the tree and the kite came unstuck. Floyd was delighted. He had forgotten all about his kite and put it to use immediately, enjoying the rest of his day very much. That night, Floyd fell asleep exhausted, though before he did, he could have sworn there was something he was forgetting. Hang on a minute, lads. I've got an idea. Look at all those things he forgot about. So I hope over the weekend you'll do some creative thinking like Floyd. Hopefully nothing gets stuck in a tree, but maybe you'll get to do some baking or some cooking or some art or create something or do something out in nature. I'll be thinking about all of you. So will Wilfred the Walrus. We all miss you. We'll talk to you soon and see you next week for a story. Remember, if you have any recommendations, send me a quick email, okay? Talk to you later. Bye.